If you're going to learn about the history of honeybees, you should know something about a couple of the people who have made substantial contributions to that history. We owe much of what we know about honeybee history to Dr. Eva Crane, a remarkable scientist, person, and writer. Trained as a quantum mathematician, Dr. Crane received her PhD in nuclear physics in 1941. When she married, she received the beehive as a wedding present. It was during the war, and sugar was in short supply. That gift was to prove to be a pivotal event to her career. Dr. Crane abandoned physics and spent the rest of her professional life devoted to finding out how bees worked. In doing so, she turned the study of bees into a science. Dr. Crane wrote 18 books, published more than 180 papers. She visited 60 countries, started the International Bee Research Association, and established 2 of our major bee research journals. All of her books were meticulously and extensively referenced. Her major works are as long as 600 pages. She authored a 10-volume dictionary of translation of beekeeping terms in 20 languages. Her life's work provided the definitive world history of honey hunting and beekeeping as we know it today. I met Dr. Crane in Malaysia. We were there to attend the conference on pollination and to watch the local honey hunters harvest honey from the nests of the giant honeybee, Apis dorsata. This bee builds huge honeycombs. They're over a yard or meter across and hang in the open from the boughs of the tallest trees in the jungle. To see this event, we had to hike along a narrow trail, mostly uphill, for over an hour. Streams and gullies were spanned by spindly logs roped together. At the time, Eva was in her 80s. It took about a half-dozen assistants to help her across those rickety bridges, but she continued on with never a complaint. We spent the evening and most of the night at a campsite, waiting for the moon to disappear below the horizon so that the honey hunters could climb up into the bee tree under the cover of darkness. The ground was rock hard. Eva first tried a hammock, but found it much too small. She ended up sitting on a tarp beside me on the ground, and we had a delightful conversation. She was down to earth, happy to be in a Malaysian jungle, and eager to watch the harvest. Eventually, we even ended up napping side by side. It's one of the highlights of my career, the night I spent with Eva Crane. Dr. Crane lived a long and productive life. She passed away in September 2007 at the age of 95. More recently, a scientist in the U.S. began a similar journey of discovery. Dr. Tammy Horn completed a doctorate in 20th century modernism in 1997. In that same year, she was introduced to bees when she assisted her grandfather in his apiary. While teaching English and Appalachian studies, she wrote a book entitled Bees in America: How the Honeybee Shaped a Nation. In 2006, she was named NEH Chair of Appalachian Studies. She started a small honeybee monitoring project on the coal mine sites, then traveled to South Africa and Hawaii to intern with Big Island queens. On her return, she began formulating a reclamation program with pollinator habitat on mine sites, and then went to Australia to study surface mining laws. Dr. Horn started developing bee reforestation methods on reclaimed mine sites at Eastern Kentucky University. Continuing writing, her second book is entitled Bee Economy: What Women in Bees Can Teach Us About Local Trade and Global Markets. This book profiles women beekeepers all around the world. Dr. Horn is now working on a third book, Apiforestation: The Future of Beekeeping. In the meantime, Dr. Horn has lobbied successfully for the Pollinator Habitat Bill, which passed without opposition in 2010. The North American Pollinator Protection Campaign awarded her the 2010 Pollinator Advocate Award. Much like Dr. Crane's, bees have become a major focus for her career, and her books provide a unique and decidedly different perspective concerning bees, culture, and social history. If you wish to find Dr. Crane's books, you will find some of them out of print. I'd first start checking with libraries, and if that doesn't work for you, contact Dr. Larry Connor in Kalamazoo, Michigan. He runs something called Wickwallace Press, and he specializes in bee literature and educational materials and in finding hard-to-find books. Dr. Tammy Horn's books, on the other hand, are readily available. They're current, and you can get them in e-formats for Kindle or Nook or any other electronic reader.